We're live.
We
Yay.
Yes.
Welcome to Cleveland Business Live, episode 44. I'm Lisa Cole with the Came team in Berkshire Hathaway. If you want to talk anything real estate related, just go ahead and send me a message, and I'm happy to help you in any way I can. Today, I am so excited to have my friend, my client as well, Aaron Cook, on with me.
Hello.
Aaron is the physical therapist and owner of Physical Therapy and Balance Center in Mentor. Welcome.
Very excited to be here, Lisa. Thanks for having me on. I can attest personally, Lisa is fantastic. So me and Lisa got to know each other. She actually, I think I was the first one. You helped me sell. Man, my lighting got almost.
I know you're like, oh,
that was like we were testing. Everything was good.
You're moving.
Like kind of is a nice segue into technical difficulties because when Lisa got involved, she helped me. We actually bought our house in Mentor from Las Vegas, live streaming via Skype. So Lisa was fantastic. I think it was the first one you ever sold.
It was.
We got beautiful house. We love it. Lisa's fantastic. If you need anything, go right to her. She's the best.
Thank you. You guys are awesome. And it was so special, the house that you bought, which is like 4 houses down from.
Yes, it was your original house.
Yes. Oh my gosh, such an awesome neighborhood.
Such a great
So, place. I mean, not only did you move here, but like months later, you started a business.
Yes. So I'm very excited to open this new business. So in Las Vegas, I had a really interesting job. So I'm a physical therapist by training. I did my schooling down at OU and Walsh for my undergrad, got my doctorate of physical therapy. And then when I was living in Las Vegas, I got offered a fantastic opportunity to open what was the first emergency department physical therapy program in the state of Nevada, and one of the first in the country. So it was a very unique opportunity. So one of the things that got me really exposed to is something called vestibular therapy. So a lot of people who suffer from dizziness, certain types of vertigo, are actually treated by physical therapy. So in the emergency room, we would do all these special tests, and we would learn how to help get these people with these different types of disorders. We would learn to screen them. I'm like, okay, is this something serious? Is this a stroke? Is this something you need to go see a neurologist? Or is this something that we can take care of? And a lot of vertigos have really quick fixes. There's a lot of people that feel like the world is ending, and we can fix them in like 20 minutes if it's something called BPPV, which is like one special type.
Okay, because that is so crazy. I was literally just talking with my mom,
and
she just got through COVID, and she said she is feeling this dizziness still, but she feels better, but she has this dizziness. And she said, I actually think I had it before I got COVID, and I just kind of ignored it. And I was like, no, but maybe she did.
It's entirely possible. It's so common, but not a lot of doctors or physicians or clinics really specialize it. And that's why I really wanted to form this clinic, because there's not really a lot of good resources. Dizziness is one of the most common symptoms that people experience, especially as they get older. It happens to younger people, but especially as they get older. And a lot of people just don't know how to treat it.
Yeah.
It's something that, you need a couple pieces of special equipment, but, once you know what you're talking about, and we really try and pride ourselves on being the experts on trying to find the easy fixes when they're there. Not everyone's an easy fix. Sometimes people come in thinking it's going to be over in 2 minutes, and I'm like, this is going to be a long road, but we'll work with you and we'll guide you through it. But
right.
Very excited.
And then what about, and so you had talked about, part of the other part of the reason is because, so many seniors do take those falls and they're treacherous.
Yes. I've held too many hands of people when they've come in on a hospital gurney after, 70, 80 years old, and they had that fall, they broke that hip, they broke that neck, or something worse. And it's so tragic to see. And it's something where, as a physical therapist, I've always had a passion for helping people improve their balance. A lot of people, they have these falls, and it's really, a lot of them are preventable. A lot of people, it always frustrates me as a clinician when, a patient will tell me, my doctor said I was getting old, I need to use a walker. So hold on, there's plenty of 90-year-olds that don't need to use a walker. What's the difference between you and them? What are they doing differently that you're not? So I built this clinic from the ground up to try and build a place where people can improve their balance, give people a little hope. It breaks my heart every time I see somebody on a walker. They never even thought about getting off of it. It's like, no, if you did the right things, if you worked a little hard, if you got the right training, we'll get you off that. One of the taglines for Fyzical is love your life. And that's something we really, really promote here. If you've given up something because of your balance, or if you worry about falling, come to us. We want to help get you back on the field, whether it's getting out on the golf court, walking your daughter down the aisle, whatever you want to do. We're here to help you.
Oh my gosh, I love that. And probably so many times the dizziness leads to the falls.
Yes, a lot of, and you're exactly right. And it's balance and dizziness kind of go hand in hand. Not every person that's dizzy has trouble with their balance and vice versa. But a lot of times that's something that we do treat hand in hand, and helping one can oftentimes improve the other.
And why is it that older people experience that dizziness?
There's a lot of different reasons. So the most common cause of dizziness, at least in the peripheral, is something called benign paroxysmal positional vertigo, or BPPV. I know it's so fun to say. BPPV.
I can't say it. I'll let you say it.
Most people just say, if you ever hear someone talking about crystals in their ear, that's what they're talking about.
What do you mean? Like, because they feel like they have crystals in their ear, or they put.
So it's actually something that people are born with. Everybody has these little things called Oticonia. We all call them crystals just for short because that's easier.
Okay.
Basically, I picture like in a cave, like stalactites and stalagmites coming up and down.
Yeah.
But as you get older, things start to break down, and every once in a while, one of those will just chip off, and it'll get stuck where it's not supposed to.
Oh.
So there's part of your inner ear called the semicircular canal. It's basically picture a hula hoop filled with water, and sometimes they get these little crystals stuck in there. And every time you turn your head, it'll whoosh around, and you'll feel dizzy. As a physical therapist, what we look for is when that gets stuck in there, it'll make people's eyes move a certain way, and it's kind of fun to see. You'll see their eyes like jumping, and that's what we're trained to watch for.
Okay. And then how do you fix that in physical therapy?
So it's an uncomfortable, but it's a very simple maneuver. So there's a few different techniques. There's a lot of variations. The most common is something called an Epley maneuver, but there's several others. But what you do is you have to position the head in certain specific planes. So you'll have to bring them back and hold it here for a minute or two, and then you turn them over a few ways. And that sounds easy in theory, but when you have somebody, a lot of times as a 70 or an 80-year-old person, sometimes it takes us a little work to get their neck to actually move the way we want it to. So sometimes it takes us a couple of tries.
Wow.
If you get it the right way, you can get it to go to a certain part of the ear called the utricle, and you can get those crystals to dissolve, and then it goes away. Sometimes, I know. Sometimes it's the most fun. And I've had patients. We had a patient a couple of weeks ago. She's been dizzy for I think 6 years straight. Didn't know anything about it. Never. No doctor ever helped her. Saw one of our ads, called us in. Took us a couple of times, but within I think it was 5 visits, completely gone. I'm every day for 6 years.
Yeah. Wow. I'm literally calling my mom as soon as we're done with this. I just had a conversation with her a couple hours ago. It's crazy.
That's so crazy. We did not plan that. That was just
that just happened. Like she's healthy. Like she goes to bar class and she's super healthy, but it must just happen over time.
Yeah, and there's a ton of different disorders that can cause us problems. I speak about BPV because it's the most common. Not every case is that simple, as much as I wish it was.
Right.
So I don't want everyone watching this to come and be like, they're going to fix me in 5 minutes. I'm like, maybe not. We'll see. We'll talk.
Therapy. I mean, you have to put the time in and all of that good stuff. So, but these aren't the only services that you offer, right? You've got you do traditional physical therapy as well.
So that's something that I think the name, because we're physical therapy and balance center, I think we pigeonholed ourselves as a lot of our younger patients that we do get. They go, "Oh, I thought you were for older people. I thought it was just more like senior therapy." Like, "Oh no, like I just hired a new therapist who's, a former marathon runner." He's like, "We need to get some runners in here." We're trying to appeal more to that younger audience too. It's okay. We'll help anyone and everyone,
And what in the world are you wearing?
Is that
what you wear? Like just
I'm glad you mentioned that, Lisa. I forgot I had this on. I've been
almost
for a
while. To ask you.
That would have been great if we just didn't acknowledge it at all, and I just
you're like, these are my suspenders.
These are just my light blue suspenders. This is just my fashion choice. No one said I was stylish.
Yes, this is true.
So this is something we call our safety overhead support system, or SOS for short. It's provided by a company called Solo Step. So if you notice behind me, you have this little J track. Oh, this is hard to do in the screen. Everything's backwards, but you'll see this track along. About 30 feet of ceiling track in our clinic here. So what this does is this actually connects, I think you can see, to the harness.
Yeah.
So, our specialty is helping people with balance. And for us to improve somebody's balance, we have to challenge somebody's balance. But to challenge somebody's balance, we have to do it safely. So that's where this comes in. So this gives us the freedom to push people harder than anybody else in town. No other clinic that I've seen has something like this.
Really?
So if you have people, you put yourself in the mindset of somebody who's been on a walker, for 5 years, and I want them to, day one, I'll hook them up to this. It goes on like a jumpsuit. You feel like you're about to jump out of an airplane.
Oh, fun.
You put this on. It is my absolute favorite moment. I do it with most of my patients when they've been using a walker for so long. I love putting this on them, hooking them up to the ceiling, and I say, let's just nudge that walker over in the corner. Just show me what you can do.
I mean, anybody who knows me knows I need help with balance too. So I'm gonna come in and try it out. Wait, show us how it works.
So it's a little uncomfortable if you get it wrong. So it's designed to catch people if they fall. So I'm going to step back here. I'll try and speak a little louder if you can hear me, but it'll give you full support. So I'm going to give it a little test run here. This is going to do carefully.
Wow. Stop. So you just
if you would
fly?
Yep. So, your options are, if you were to have a fall with us, this thing will always catch you. So right now I'm sitting full body weight support. You can feel it tugging here. It goes up to about 450 pounds that we can support. So most of our patients, we fit, strap them right up, and then we're good to go. And it just gives us such a useful option as a clinician where we can.
So how does that help with the balance, though? I don't get how that helps.
It has to do with trust. You'll never improve. Think about balance. If you're a gymnast, nobody was born a gymnast. You had to practice. You had to get on that balance beam. You had to learn to walk with tight steps, and you had to learn to do backflips and somersaults. You have to push yourself, and you have to challenge. This doesn't do anything to help somebody's balance, but what it does is it creates that safe environment that we can put them through the right exercises, that we can push them more than anyone else can.
That is so cool. I love that. I absolutely love that. That is really cool. Oh my gosh. Well, is there anything else? Oh, you do free fall screens. Tell us.
Oh, yes. A lot of people, two things I'll mention. A lot of people always ask how do I know if this is right for me? I've had this problem, but I'm not sure. I don't want to commit to any money. We do offer a service where we come in, we do about 10-minute screens, completely complimentary, free of charge. Just call us up, ask us about it. We'll come in, we'll sit you down with one of our therapists face to face, run you through a couple of quick tests. And if it seems like it's somebody you can help, then we can get you set up on a plan of care.
I love it.
And then the last thing I want to this is just general information for everybody, not even for my clinic, but in the state of Ohio, a lot of people don't know about something called direct access. Mm-hmm. So probably the most common question I get is, do I need a doctor's referral for all this? And the answer is, in the state of Ohio, no. You do not need a doctor's referral to see a physical therapist for any reason. There are a few little caveats there. Some insurances, they may want you to have a doctor's order, but a lot of that stuff we handle internally behind the scenes. So.
And you take insurance, so they can use their insurance without being referred.
Yes, so we take Medicare, most major insurances we're in network or in the process of becoming in network with.
Awesome.
If there's any questions, obviously give us a call and we can check out for you. But we try and do everything above board.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you so much, Lisa.
I mean, seriously, if anybody knows if your mama or your daddy or your grandpa is having any issues, Erin is such a care, and I know it came across today. You just have such a great heart, and you're really doing this, for the love of it and for the love of helping people, and it comes through. So I'm going to call my mom as soon as I hang up with you. For real. And I'm going to have her come see you.
Oh, fantastic. Hopefully we can help her.
Yes. Well, thank you so much. You'll have to come back again. And if anybody needs to get in touch with you, you've got your Facebook business page, also your website. And again, you're located right here in Mentor.
Yes. And that's Fyzical. It's more of a written thing. FYZ.
Oh, there you go.
Spelled different because we are different.
Yes. There we go.
All right.
All right. Thank you so much. Have a good rest of the day.
Thanks, you too.
Okay. Bye.